love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. 'Cause I want you.
Hola, welcome to my channel. Hello. So, I've been getting requests and comments and about doing a nail video, so we're gonna do it. So, what I'm showing you right now is this new gel kit that I just got from Amazon. It was on sale for like $21. So, we're gonna test it out today on this set. Hopefully, it does well because I hate when nail gel like it peels or pucker or gets bubbles very easily. So that's what we're showing you. So as you can see, the kit comes with 60 colors, I believe, or 60 bottles. So good variety of colors, which I like that. So we're gonna just set up here and figure out what colors we want to use for this set. So we're working on my May set. So that's what you'll see at the end. So what I plan on doing is some sunflowers, and I'm trying out 3D flower for the first time. So if it doesn't look great by the end, just bear with me, okay? We're gonna do what we can. So right now we're just picking out colors for this nail art, and then on top of the sunflowers, we're doing like a bumblebee. Now this is another kit I got from Amazon as well. Now this one is pretty good. It's smooth. I haven't had any issues with it peeling or anything. So yeah, shout out to those two companies for their gel nails. And of course, this is not a sponsor video because I'm just getting started. But hopefully, if you like my content, I'll keep doing it. So I'm doing what people ask. So here we go. So as you can see, I'm trying to decide what nail colors we want to do. So that's what we're doing now. I do know with my sunflower, I want to kind of do multiple colors so that it looks kind of a little more realistic and not too, plain or not, what should I say, like one dimensional. Let's say that. So that's what we're doing right now. Okay, let's not bore you with my indecisiveness. So let's speed this up a little bit, you know, because I got to clean up, organize some stuff, find my top coat that I like, my nail remover, my nail stands. So that's what we're doing right now. So, finding the builder gel and all that type of stuff that I'll need during the process. So, right now I'm just, organizing. So let's not bore you with that. All right, so now we're pulling out our nail tips. So as you can see, I have plenty of them. I'm in love with this brand, BT Art Box. They are hands down my favorite nail tip company. When I tell you these tips are the bomb.com, and I know that's an old phrase, but these tips are bae. Okay? And as you can see, I have plenty of them. They come in all different sizes, shapes, lengths. Today we're going to use the coffin um, shape. And I like my nails long. So definitely these are the extra long, which I don't think they should be called extra long. I think these should just be called long because I just feel like there are girlies out there that even like longer tips than this. But just a suggestion if BTR Box ever sees of this video, maybe make another length that's a little longer than this for the long nail girlies out there. So to me, these are long, like medium long. But anyways, that's what we're going with. So now what I'm going to do is remove my other tips. I did that off camera. And now we are getting ready to start painting the base colors, the background colors. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm not going to talk y'all to death. So let me just speed this up because what I'm doing is putting on base coat and then I'm going to put the background colors on. So that's what I'll be doing here. Okay, so after the base coat is on there, I put them in my UV lamp to cure them. So I did that off camera. I usually cure them for 120 seconds. And now I am doing the other hand and putting the base coat on it. So that's what's going on here. Okay, so now we're working on the background for on the right hand for the thumb, the middle finger, and the ring finger. One thing about me, I do like my nails decorated, but I'm not a girly that's gonna decorate all fingers unless I'm doing like a certain theme that's just over the top and eclectic. I try to, space out the decorations as much as I can. So we're just going to do the thumb, the middle finger, and the ring finger on this hand. And then on the other hand, I'm only doing the middle finger and ring finger in this color. So that's what I'm doing right here. So now that we got that, now we're going to work on the other hand. So this part is where I was trying to do kind of like a bumblebee and like a picnic tablecloth theme going on. So you're going to see me use yellow and black and the white as well. So I'm just painting the background yellow halfway on one. And then the other part of this nail, so this nail is going to be like a collab of the picnic table and a bumblebee for the pointer finger. And then for my pinky on my right hand, I just did straight bumblebee. Both my pinkies are bumblebees. The stripes. And then for my pointer finger on my left hand and my thumb, I decided to go with the bumblebee, and then I kind of went crazy and said, oh, I want some polka dots. So I added like you'll see what I'm talking about when I get there, but I was just kind of in a creative mode and was just like, let's do something different. Because one thing about me, I'm known for my nail designs at my job. I'm the nail lady, and everybody want to come be like, oh, let me see your nails. Let me see what you got. And every month it's, okay, what we doing this time? Ooh, I can't wait to see what you do next. So I be trying to be in my creative bag and think of themes and whatnot. So every month I do a different theme. So if you have suggestions on themes I should do, definitely put them in the comments. I'm down to try it. I'm down to try anything. I'm down to test my abilities and my creativity. So I need ideas. So, this is May, so I still need ideas for July. I have June already. My fiance chose June. So he's from Sierra Leone, Africa, and I'm doing their flag colors. So I'll definitely do a video when I do that. But this is basically what we're doing here. We're just doing the background colors before we do the designs that we're going to do for each of these nails. And this is where the bumblebee and the picnic tablecloth come into play. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, so now we about to get into this line work, honey. And let me tell you, I am self-taught. I literally watched a bunch of YouTube videos and taught myself skills on doing nails because one day I woke up and said, I'm spending all this money in this nail shop and I do have creativity background. Like I can draw and I can paint. So why not make my nails my canvas? So that's how we got here and how we ended up on this journey of doing my own nails and creating designs that are themed. So, I've been doing this for some years. I've literally started doing my own nails by myself probably back in 2017. So it's been a journey. It's been some nails that I've said, ooh, this is barely a good design, but we're at the point now where I'm comfortable enough and I'm confident in my skill set that I'm willing to sit here and, as you can see, create nails and be on camera and show y'all how I'm getting these designs that everyone are going crazy over and thinking I went to a nail shop for and paid hundreds of dollars to get done. When I just sat in my house at my desk and created myself. So as you can see, I'm doing the bumblebee pinky nail. So that's what we're going to do on that one. I'm putting the black lines on it. And then you'll see me do the same thing with the pointer finger. This is the right hand. So the pointer finger where it's a half and half, a picnic table print, tablecloth print. I don't know why I can't ever say that without slowing down. Y'all bear with me. Me and voiceovers, this is new. But like I said, we're on a journey. So let's do this together. Um, you know. So we're just working on the bumblebee and trying to make the bumblebee look like something. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm using like a smaller brush so I can get a little more fine lines that I want. So nothing special about this brush, just a brush set that I got off Amazon. I have plenty of brushes because not only do I paint nails, but I actually do paint by number pictures as well. So, if you ever want to see me do one of those, let me know in the comments. I have no problems recording a time lapse of me doing that as well if you're interested. But yeah, that's what we're doing here. So now we're doing the pointer finger where we're going to do that bumblebee and the picnic tablecloth pattern. And that's what we're doing here. Yeah. Okay, so we're working on the left hand and working on the background for the pointer finger. Since it has two backgrounds, I've cured the one yellow side and now I'm adding the white strip. And this is where I'm going to put some polka dots. So that's why we're adding that white strip. So after that, we're going to work on the picnic tablecloth. Yay, I said it without stopping. Little victories, people, little victories. So what you're going to see happen here is I started to do the line work and I was trying to clean it up and try to keep it. And then eventually you're going to see that I'm not feeling it. But anyway, so I was doing lines and there's two ways you can kind of try to fix it by wiping it off or maybe going back with the white and adding some more white. I tried to do that as well. But for some reason, my perfectionism said, I'm not feeling this. So you're going to see me kind of do a take two. Because I was just like, I'm not feeling this. So take two. So we're trying again. So, of course, we got to fix the background and cure that. And then we're just going to try that picnic table line work again. Okay, so now I am working on my pointer finger where I am doing the picnic tablecloth portion of the nail. So remember, this is our collab nail, so half of it is bumblebee and half of it is picnic table. So one thing I thought of was maybe I put these dots to give me some guidance of where to put my lines. So this is a method that I've seen as well to help you with your line work. Kind of give you some guidance of, this is where this line should go. So just a suggestion, if you're, shaky with making straight lines, you can do it that way. But as you will see, sometimes I'm not liking that. So I'm kind of wiping off a line if I don't like it off camera. And then I go back and try again. So as you can see, it takes trial and error just to get the lines the way I want it. And for me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so sometimes I want the lines to look a certain way, and I'm going to go back and try to fix it as many times as I can need to and try to get it off or get it going or get it the way I would like it to be. So as you can see, take two. Let's try this again. I didn't like those lines either. So now I decided that and maybe I need to define and go ahead and put the line that separates the bumblebee and the picnic tablecloth print. So that's what we're doing here instead. And then we're going to try these lines one more time. Here we go. Take two. Okay, so here's that thumbnail that tried to take me out the first time I did it. I said, let me just step back, go try the other nail, the half one first. So maybe I can, figure out how I really want to do these lines so I can get this picnic tablecloth going. So now we're back at it on this thumb. And as you can see, we're doing better this time. I think I was taking off more than I could chew the first go around, and it was not working out. But as you can see, it's little mistakes, but as you see, I'm doing the little wipe method where I can clean it up and get the line more crisp. So see, sometimes you just gotta trial and error this thing. It's not gonna always come out perfect. Sometimes you gotta step away, do something else, and then go back to the drawing board so you can figure this out. And it's gonna get there. It's gonna happen. So if you're thinking about doing your own nails like I do it. And now we're gonna do these polka dots. So see, some little quick little dots. See, nothing special, but we can do it. And then you know what we're doing after this. We gotta cure for at least 120 seconds. Now we're back to the other side and doing the other lines of this picnic tablecloth. So, as you can see, picnic tablecloths are a lot. You got to do it in steps. You got to play around with it until you get it to the way you want it to look. So as you can see, I finally got it. I had to do a little victory dance right there and cure it, of course. And now we're working on the other side to get the rest of the lines on here so we can be done with this picnic tablecloth. And let me tell you, it's going to be a while before I do another picnic tablecloth pattern. Because this one, it pissed me off a couple of times. If I were to turn the audio on the original video, you would hear me fussing and maybe a little cuss words, a little bleep bleep here and there. But I did my best, to try to make it look as realistic as possible with how a tablecloth would normally look. So we tried. But remember, keep in mind, Kiki is not a professional nail tech. She is self-taught. So we're doing what we can. So there we go. We got that going. We're going to clean off our brushes. Got to cure that. Now we're going to go in with our top coat. And this one is by Model Ones. I like their top coat and base coat. So I'm putting that on the picnic table one, the bumblebee polka dot one, and the pinky nail on this side. And then I decided that for the teal nails, I'm going to make them matte. So I'm going to use a matte top coat. And this actually came with that nail kit that I was telling you about at the beginning that I got on sale. So I'm testing it out and see how their matte comes out. Because I do have one with Model Ones, but I wanted to try the new one. So, got to cure it. And this is how it's looking. Okay, just in case somebody want to know, here is my prep. So I use a glue called Magic Armor. And as you see here, it comes with a remover. And you're going to need that remover because it is not easy to get this glue off your nails. So I go in with the remover, put it around the cuticle area, let it soak in and slip underneath the nails. And then usually once it gets under there, it comes off easy. You should be able to do light pressure and the nail comes off. Like watch, see? They literally just boop, come right on off. And one thing I will say, this glue it's bad. I got it from TikTok shop just experimenting. I haven't been using it long, but definitely something I like. And then you'll notice sometimes if you ain't put enough or the nail is really on there good, you might need a little more remover. So that's what I'm doing here. And then sometimes flip it over, get the back. Because, when you're pressing press-ons down, sometimes the glue will go and push through on the other side and be on top of your, your nail overlapping. So that'll cause trouble getting them off later. So that's what we're doing here. And then usually after this, I am going to go in and file my nail beds and get all that glue off and residue that was left over from the nails. So that's what we're doing here. And then after we do this step, the next step after this that I'm going to do will be to size up my press-on nails, because we want to make sure that they're the right size. And when it comes to that, my advice is do not choose the size that snugly fits. See, like the one next to it would have snugly fit, so I went up a size just so it fits the size you want, but it's a loose fit. The reason why is when you go to put on all that gel polish and designs and whatnot, the nail is going to shrink a little. So imagine if you had chose the one that's snug, then your nail's not going to fit anymore. It's going to be too little. So always go up a size where it's fitting, but it's loosely fitting. I hope that makes sense. But that's the best way I could describe it. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm taking my BT Art box, press on nails, coffin style, and I am sizing my fingers and lining them up on the nail stands by whatever size the nail is. Yeah, so that's what we're doing here. Okay, so now we're going to file the ends so that we have that sharp square that we usually have for coffin. So that's what we're seeing me do right now, file the ends so we can get that sharp top part. Okay, prep is done. So now we're going to move on to this 3D sunflower. Fun times. I think this was the most frustrating part of it because it's something new. Every time I do something new, it's definitely frustrating, but we get through. So I watch all these different techniques on YouTube, and one creator, nail tech, whatever you want to call her, she used her color underneath the solid nail glue gel that we're going to be using. You see it in the background. And she put the dot, the circle, the middle of the flower, whatever you want to call it. She put that first. And then she put the circle that's going over top of it, on top of it. And then kind of added some texture to it as she did it. You'll see me do that in this video when I get to that part. So we got to cure that, of course. And of course, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So as you can see, I only did one flower per hand, and I chose to do it on my middle fingers. So I'm doing the same thing, curing. And while that is curing, I decided to go in with the little glue and make me a ball. My suggestion to make life easier, use your scraper to get the ball going, and then roll it in your fingers. And there you go. You got one ball, and you put it right on top of that placement that you already designed for it. And as you can see, I had to play around with it, size it, get it going. I used the edge of the, glue. Hey, whatever works. So, you got to play around with it to get it to the right size that you need. And then make some texture, because sunflowers are not smooth in the center. They have like a little roughness to them. So that's what you'll see me now do, is create the sunflower. And now we're going to make like the little petals as well to go around the middle of the flower. And I'm not doing a full flower, I'm just doing a half of one. So that's why you see that I did the middle of the flower off center and off to the side. So that's what we're doing here. So I'll let you watch that. So once you have the glue placed where you want it, you're going to put it in the UV lamp to cure. And as you can see now, I'm working on the other side, the other flower. And just in case you need like me to explain what I'm doing. So basically, I'm rolling the glue into a log. And I take that log, place it down where I want it. And then I take my scraper and make an indentation. You know how the center of a petal kind of has a line going through it. So I'm using the scraper to make that line. So that's what I'm doing there. And like we did before, we have to cure, and that's the finished product. Okay, so now it's time to paint this sunflower, and make it look like a real sunflower once that glue is hardened. So what I decided to do is I use a couple of different yellows together. So I painted one petal one yellow, and then I painted the other petal another yellow. So that's what you're going to see me do right here. Okay, so now we're done with that, and we're going to cure it, of course, for 60 seconds. And now here we go. So what you will see here is I am going back and kind of touching up the middle section, because I noticed that even though we put the color at the bottom, it's not as textured as I would like. So I kind of put some more of the brown gel polish on top to kind of give it some texture. And then as I was looking at it, I was thinking around the edge of the brown, a sunflower kind of has like orange. So you'll see me later add that like orange around the edge of the brown towards the end. But of course, we're going to go back and touch up the yellow petals and make sure that they're nice and yellow enough for us, since we are going covering some, gel polish or whatever. So cleaning my brush, and now we're going in with that orange I was telling you about. So as you can see, I always keep a paper plate to use to put my nail polish on. I know you probably say, well, why don't you just get some type of palette or something? I have one, but for me, I don't know. I just like paper plates. Then when I'm done with it and it has 50 million colors on it, I just, throw it away. So bear with me, okay? So we're going to cure that as well, that little orange section that we added. And we're doing the same thing with the other side as well. Trying to be as realistic as I possibly creatively can, within my willpower or, skill level. And that's another thing that happened. I dropped that brown and it went on the other nail. So I had to clean that up later. But, that's what trial and error happens. But yeah, so as you can see, I'm playing around with it, trying to get it to look how I want it to look. And once I'm happy, I leave it alone. Okay, so it's cured, and this is what it looks like. All right. So that's it. A little closer so you can see. So right here, what you'll see me do is I'm kind of touching up where maybe the yellow bled a little into the background. So I'm just going in between the petals and making sure the background is still teal and making it look as clean as I possibly can. Because, you know, sometimes gel polish will spread a little once you put it in that UV lamp. So I'm fixing those little mistakes that might have happened. Okay, and we're almost done. Now we are going to put on that matte coat, matte topper, so that these nails have a matte finish to them. So that is what I do next. After I have completed the nail and got it the way that I like it, we gotta put the matte coat on. Then here is what it looks like. I did go back and add a little shiny top coat, regular top coat, to make it shiny. And now the moment you've been waiting for, the reveal.
I know you think that you know me, but you ain't even seen my dark side. It's reserved for you only, so baby do it right, do me right. We can go over time, we can move fast.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always, KB. Do you love me?